anyways for now.
So now folks can see the
Can see me?
Yeah. We'll just give it a couple minutes for folks to join.
I guess you can see my screen now.
Yes, I can.
That is good.
I guess we can go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session of Project Virtual Conference 2018. Today we have Jeremy Charlon with us, and he will be presenting benefits management in Project Server and Project Online. Before we get started, I just want to let all attendees know that you can use the chat option at the bottom of the screen to chat and ask any questions throughout the presentation. Without much further ado, handing it over to Jeremy.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for that introduction. So yeah, today's subject is around benefits management and how we have actually applied benefits management into a project server or project online environment. So thanks a lot for the project virtual conference to let me talk here, which is pretty good. That's my first time, so I'm pretty excited about it. So as an agenda, really high level agenda, we go through what is benefit management at the start. So it's good to say how we can implement that into a tool, what it is, and how we are using it in the company. So this is the first part of my presentation. It's going to be around what and why we are doing benefits management. We talk about benefits management in Project Online, or I call it Project Online, but it's actually using SharePoint functionality, so it can be either in Project Server or in Project Online. And finally, a little section around reporting. I guess that people who are actually following that virtual conference has been seeing already some nice presentations around Power BI. So I'll be showing some of the Power BI reporting functionality using benefits management data. A quick thank you to our sponsors. I will not spend too much time on that slide for a reason. Some of my competitors are in there, so but thanks for them still to be able to be here and to help that conference to run. So a bit about myself to start. So Jerome Charlon, I'm a project and portfolio management consultant. I've been into the Microsoft project world since about 2007 now, so it must be maybe a bit earlier actually. So let's say 11, 12 years in the project management and in the managing project. More recently. So currently actually also a lot of Power BI, which is the new trend in reporting on the project management side. I am passionate in problem solving. So I love when clients are coming to see me and asking me how can I solve that issue? And that makes me think, and that's what interesting I think in life is to think about issues and how we can help solve them. So that's my day-to-day life. You can see that QR code here. You can scan it with your iPhone. It's going to directly take you to my LinkedIn profile. If you want to connect, who knows? A bit about who I'm working for. I'm working for a company called PCubed. We're a global PPM consulting company, mostly based in Europe and America, but also in Southeast Asia, where I'm actually in Sydney, so on the far east of that map. What we're doing some strategic execution. We're doing some cost and complexity reduction. Overall, we're helping companies to manage their project more efficiently. That's what we do. And that can come through technology, but it can also come through helping project management or project managers, helping program managers, helping take difficult decisions pretty much sometimes when you have to stop a project. And we'll talk about this into the benefits management framework as well. So start with what is benefit management. So you may ask yourself. Hopefully, if you're watching that video, you already have an idea of what it is. But anyway, I'll try to be kind of comprehensive here into what is benefit management and why we are using benefits management. One little introduction here before I start is that I'm not a benefit practitioner. I'm not certified. All what I'm showing here is based on my experience with my clients. Take my words for what they are. If you want to get deeper into this information, please go ahead and buy that nice book, which is Benefits Management from APNG, or whatever other book or other certification that you may want to have. So what are the benefits and the benefits realization management, right? So a benefit actually is an advantage that contributes to the current and the future success of the organization, right? It has to be valuable to the business. It has to be, it can't be something which has nothing to do with the business. So it has to be expressed in words and to be able to indicate what it's going to change and what will be the changed outcome after that project. So that will be the benefit that will have to be expressed in words. Most often, it has to be expressed also in financial measure. Obviously, we are in a world where everything is translated in dollars or whatever currency you're in. Majority of the benefit can be translated into financial measures. Some of them can't, but most of them can. And they should be tracked end to end. So what this means is from the beginning of an idea to the end of a project, and even further to the end of the cycle where you are finishing to track the benefits. They have to be there, the benefits, from the beginning till the end. And to actually create a benefit, it's really being able to start with the end in mind, right? So the benefits is, what if I want to improve my capacity of people in my public transport, for example, right? So that's my aim, my benefit would be improving the capacity in the public transport, and then you will break this down into what is achievable and what needs to be done to get to that benefit. And obviously, as I said, it has to be also financially measured. So you have to say, if I manage to get 10% more of people, I will get X $1,000 more on my revenue on the monthly basis, for example. So this is a benefit. Then benefits management itself, which is the overarching management framework, is here to be sure that the outcomes has been clearly defined at the beginning during the business case, being sure that they are measurable and they are providing a compelling case for investment. So this is really to enforce management to understand what they are putting their money in. And ultimately, you want to ensure that the outcome has been actually achieved. So after a project has finished, you want to be sure that that the benefit has been realized, what we call benefit realization. Right, so when it comes to recording a benefit, the next slide is showing just a high-level benefit profile, which, to be honest, I've taken from Google, and I wanted to put a reference. So this is just a high-level idea of what we want to track when we are doing benefit management, when we are actually entering a benefit. So we will want to know what is the benefit, and two really important thing. One really important thing are the owners. Let's say, so the senior benefit owner is most likely a CEO or a CIO or a really senior person who's going to track that benefit from the start to the end, and being sure that he will ask the operational benefit manager what is the status of that benefit, right? So you have to have someone really senior in the organization who's going to track that information to be sure that even after a project which cost $1 billion, they are getting the realization that they were expecting out of it. So as you can see, what I just said is that you'll have some baseline value, and obviously alongside the project, you may want to revise that value of benefit of what you will get out of that benefit. And you will want to capture measurement date. So on a, let's say, I don't know, depends on the project, but on a monthly or on a quarterly basis, you may want to remeasure that benefit and being sure that it's going to be delivered. So that's what we call a benefit profile, and you'll see how we adapted that into the project server or project online environment. Well, some of the really interesting figures here as well are the risks. So we're talking about risk and benefit because you can have some likelihood of not achieving your benefit, right? So that's really important to track as well. And the ones which are really low are the ones to focus on, depending on their value, obviously. But if you think that they are, high risk, the ones which are high risk, you will want to track them and being sure that you are still realizing these benefits. Otherwise, you have to weight your benefit value. So, what is benefit management model? So APMG has put together a nice house, kind of house with foundations and a rooftop and a roof with a cycle. We just adapted that into more readable format. So the idea is you have a benefit management principle and you have benefit management practice. You will want to align, as I said already, you will want to align the benefits to the strategy. You will have to start with the end in mind and utilize successful delivery methods. Why we are saying successful delivery methods is really, if you want to have your benefits realized, you have to be really clever and really sharp into the way you are actually delivering the benefits or the project which are actually eventually giving you benefits. You have to integrate the benefits with performance management. If you don't, the benefits will never be tracked, because if you're not tracked, if no one's tracking the company performance using the benefits, then the benefits will not be tracked. That's as simple as this. When you are tracking benefits, you have several layers on the benefits management. You have the project management layer, where you will enter your benefits and you will validate the benefits and you will track the benefits. And then you have the portfolio management layer, where you will have an overarching view of all the project and the overall benefits. So that's an interesting part of it, because some of the projects, and you'll see a bit later, are actually enablers. And those projects may have a negative, let's say, benefit because they are not actually producing something, but they are enabling another project to start. So it's kind of a balance eventually at a portfolio level. Obviously, the governance is what I'm talking on the right-hand side. Governance is key. You need to have people who are following that governance and who are tracking and verifying that the benefit has been well entered and has been tracked on a regular basis. On the right-hand side then, so we have a benefit management cycle, right? So you have to think about a benefit has to be thought before the project is actually starting. So before the project is starting, you'll have to identify and quantify the benefit that you want, again, with the end in mind. So what you want to achieve. And based on that vision, then you'll see, all right, I value those benefits and I will appraise them. I will weight them. I will say, all right, this benefit it's supposed to bring me that amount of money. When you have done that, you are actually entering into a planning phase, which can be a planning phase at the planning phase at the benefits management level can be linked to the planning phase at a project level. So you're actually planning, and when you do the plan of your benefits, you will see that some of the benefits, some of them will be realized during the delivery, but most of them will be realized after the actual project has been delivered. So take an implementation of a project management system, for example. It's an easy one for me. It will cost money, and you will have some change management in place to put a project management system. And it's after the system has been released that actually you will be able to realize that benefit and track the benefits that are coming out of that project server or project online implementation, which means data are centralized into a single place, which means there is no running around with Excel spreadsheets which are locked by people. There is one single source of truth. The resources are better assigned into projects. So countless, right? And then once you realize your benefits, you will review also what you've done, and you will harvest what has been done, which means that you are looking backward and you say, okay, we've done that right and we've done that wrong. We've estimated those benefits right. We've estimated those benefits wrongly, which means that in the next round, when you are defining new benefits, you'll have another thinking about what already happened. So it's a continuous learning on this one. So as I said, benefits can be tracked both at project level and also at portfolio level. And long-term actions and monitoring will have to be documented as well. So now the question is why? Why we are doing benefits management? So we talked about what is a benefit, now why we are doing this. So we are ensuring that the benefits are identified. So that's the benefits management, what it is doing, right? It is ensuring that benefits management are identified and defined clearly. And one really important point, which I keep saying, is it has to be aligned with the company's strategy. And here on the bracket, strategic drivers are here on purpose, because in Project Online, you have that portfolio strategy capability, which is here also to help you select the right project. So the projects and the benefits are really linked to one another. It has also to ensure functions are committed to identified benefits and their realization to encourage ownership. So the people in the organization has to realize that the benefits is the end goal, right? And some people are taking the ownership and the responsibility so that the value is provided at the end. So it's also, the benefit management is also to proactively manage the process and being sure that the benefit realization is measured, right? And you can use and benefit management also is here to track the benefit at portfolio or at program or at project level, as I said earlier. And the benefit realization is tracked and recorded to be sure that we can look backwards and not doing the same errors in the future. So now, when are we doing benefits management, and when is it applicable? To be honest, it can be applicable in any industry and in any project or any organization. So actually, it's anywhere value is created. So a benefit is tracked as soon as value is created. The level at which the benefit is tracked can vary from project to project or from program to program. Right? An example here, contribution to a saving target in a portfolio may be tracked at the program or at the project contribution level, at the project level. And as I said, and I'm repeating it again, the benefit should be tied back to the organization business drivers, which are here. You have examples of business drivers. So expanding into new markets and segments, customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, product quality. You may recognize those ones if you used to use the Microsoft project online demo tenants. But yeah, so those are the examples of business drivers or drivers that organizations are tracking that the benefit has to be linked to, right? And where possible, the benefit has to be tracked in financial, but it can also be sometimes tracked as a non-financial benefit. So some ideas of role and responsibilities. So it depends on the organizations here. So you have the idea generator, who's the one actually writing the business case to get the funding, who's gonna lead the benefit identification and will with the help of the benefit. The project manager will come a bit later in the picture because he will be there more at a delivery level. But in this organization we've worked with, they had a benefit practitioner who was from the beginning till the end here to be sure that the benefit has been well identified, and also working with the project manager alongside all along the project to be sure that the value has been delivered, and after the project completion is actually giving the information back to the business owners to tell them that the benefit has been realized. And then obviously we have the portfolio manager who's supporting the benefit and planning activities as well, and who will track the benefit can be that in that case was on a monthly basis, but it can be for longer term project. It can be on a less regular basis. I hope it's not too much of talking here. So now that we know what is benefit management, why we are doing benefits management, a bit of benefits management in Project Online. So as I said at the beginning, I'm not a practitioner, and we are not using, we haven't taken the choice to implement some heavy third-party tools. So the idea here of my presentation is to show what we can do with the out-of-the-box functionality of Microsoft Project Online and Microsoft Project Server. So in the next slides, I'm talking about Project Online because I'm used to work with Project Online, but it can be adapted to Project Server. So hopefully, or if not, I will present that to you. This is the Project Online, pretty old slide deck actually, showing the 4 different pillars of Project Online. So we know that we have the portfolio management, where we can capture the demand, and that demand can be then pushed into selection, which is what I call the portfolio prioritization. And once the projects are selected, then it goes to project management, where we do scheduling, issue management, project report. We can also do resource management. We can also do project collaboration. I will not do a Project Online sale here, what I want to say here is here we have a missing part, which is the benefits management. And actually the benefits management is coming all across portfolio management and project management. I think about putting it across the project collaboration as well, but it's more a portfolio and project management capability. So benefit management is coming across those two pillars, and here is how we are actually linking the benefits management or the benefits with what's inside Project Online. So on the left-hand side here, you have what I call the portfolio management practices. So it's just a really lightweight kind of process, which is with the aim to get funding at the end to start a new project. So when you write a business case, this is when this is at that moment where you will define the benefits. So you will identify those benefits. And based on those benefits identification and the business drivers, and I will talk to it just here, and the business drivers, you will realize a portfolio analysis. And that portfolio analysis will guide you in which projects you may want to run or not during the upcoming years. And obviously, eventually, you want to get some funding. As an organization, you will get funding to create projects which eventually will provide some benefits and will provide some more money to get some more funding, to get some more projects. So how it translates into Project Online, right? So in Project Online, we have KPIs or so-called business drivers. So this is what we want to measure. We want to, this is what we want to measure is the business drivers against the benefits. So we want to check that the benefit is really stick to business drivers. Once those business drivers have been selected, the project has been selected using those business drivers, we'll have some projects. And those projects will deliver outcome, will achieve an outcome, right? Or will enable an outcome. So we may have some enabler project or some project which are delivering outcomes. And that's my next slide. In those projects, we have milestones and deliverables. So why I'm saying all that is you will see a little bit later how it relates all together. So those projects or initiatives have milestones and deliverables in there, which are then either delivering enabling an outcome or doing actually an outcome. And to do that, we'll use into the Project Online tool the deliverable functionality, which will then enable us to link the information of a project to the actual benefit itself. Right. Eventually, we will do benefit realization. So what is the benefit realization? We will either increase something, improve something, or reduce something, right? So as an example, we want to increase the revenue, or improve the customer satisfaction, or reduce the time to produce a report, right? So these are the three main terms that we are using when we are actually defining benefits. So now I'm taking a picture with a project centric. So here are three different projects which are real use case scenario. So I have three different projects. One of them is the upgrade of project server from 2010 to 2013. The other is the deployment of Power BI server. And the third one is the deployment of Power BI development of Power BI reports. So the first one is actually delivering both an outcome and enabling also some outcome. Sorry, I've been disturbed. How can I ignore this? So that upgrade to project server is actually enabling some new PPM functionality. We'll see in the next slide what it is also, the final outcome of it. And it's creating an outcome which is to create some new PPM artifacts, which means we will be able to track benefits. We have now the new we have now here the new portfolio strategy capability, which wasn't here before. Actually, it was an upgrade from 2007 to 13. So then comes the deployment of Power BI Server. So this is enabling some capabilities, right? So it's enabling Power BI functions. So that organization, as you can see, it's server because they weren't ready to move to the cloud. So we've done everything on premises. So deployment of Power BI Server is enabling some Power BI functions, which eventually helped us to develop some Power BI reports, which created an outcome, which is actually some new report and dashboards. And you will see now that the benefits which are related to those two outcomes. Here now on the left-hand side, the enablers, which are enabling new PPM functionality, enabling Power BI functions, outcomes created, which is to create a new PPM artifact. So the benefit of the creation of new PPM artifacts is actually to reduce the risk thanks to an improved data quality. Right? So we've created new information and we have better data quality. So we are reducing the risk of project to deliver late, or to find too late into a project that is going to be delivering not the way we would like it to be delivering. It's also improving exactly what I said actually, it's also improving the visibility of the information. The outcome of the Power BI reports and dashboard is, again, improving the visibility of the information. But it's also improving the decision-making capacity. So it's helping management to decide on the project more regularly or with live data. And it's also reducing the time to report with real-time data connection to the SQL database. Could be a SSRS report, but having Power BI is actually helping them to create reports more frequently, and also helping the reporting process time. So it's really reducing the time to create reports. As an example, the person who used to do the reporting at the time used to spend, I think, 4 days a month to create reports, and now it came down to a day. So that person can do now some more meaningful tasks, hopefully for him. Now, how we are adapting benefits management into Project Online. Here is a table which is showing the existing artifacts that we have currently into Project Online, some activities, and the new artifact or the new information that we're creating, and eventually the added value of it. So you may recognize here a task. So this is something that we have scheduled data into Project Online, into Project Server, Project Online. This scheduled data pretty often is coming to milestones. So we have tasks, we have milestones, and those milestones, I don't know if you guys already use this, but can be linked to deliverables. And this is an important or interesting feature of Project Online or Project Server, which is not really used, is the capability to set up a task or a milestone to be a deliverable, which means we are tagging something into the project schedule, which is to be seen by the rest of the world as a deliverable, as something that can be consumed. And the idea, so the activity is to link a milestone to a deliverable, and we are creating a new deliverable. What's interesting in the project online, project server world is that it's also creating a link, or it's also creating, an artifact into the SharePoint project site. And I will show you a bit later how we are linking a benefit to a deliverable. Then we can also, using that, it's not really related to benefit management, but we can also do some mapping. So some deliverable to dependency. So we can have a project which is waiting for a deliverable to the dependency, and that project will then start. And I just said it's not really linked to benefit management, but it actually is, because if a project is running late, the next project will run late, potentially, and deliver the benefit later. So the benefit realization will come into place here, and we will be able to see that the benefit will be delivered later. So then we're creating benefits data. So this is the little icon I found around benefits, providing value. That's the idea. It's providing value. So we are creating benefits data, and I will show you we created a SharePoint list which is tracking capturing this information. And then, as I said, we can link a benefit to the deliverable, so that we can create some maps of the benefits and deliverable, or benefits and project linkage, right? And eventually, for the decision-making part, we can create some Power BI Power BI reports, I would say. This is actually what I will demonstrate to you today, Power BI reports. So, a little bit of demonstration. So what I want to demonstrate to you today is not my family pictures. So let me jump into a project online environment. So that project online environment you will see is a demo environment that we're using. Okay, so what I'll do, first of all, I'd like to quickly introduce the strategic drivers, which I think is an important part of the selection process of the project. So if I jump into the project center here, and I jump into a project, or my demo project, health assessment reporting tool. So that demo project here is linked to some strategic drivers. So in that environment, I have a page which is called strategic impact, and every single project has to answer to the different questions, which are: is my project aimed to expand into a new market and segment? Is it improving customer satisfaction? And so on and so forth. And all of this is then tracked. Is is valued, not valued, but anyway. So you have some figures to be able to get the right answer, right? So will my project grow the revenue from new market segment less than 500K, more than 500, and so on and so forth. That's really important, because then when you do portfolio prioritization, this is what's going to help you to choose which project we want to run in the future. And if you haven't seen that picture before, just a quick look. So this is a cost scenario where you can define which project actually in your portfolio that you want to run, and with a priority based on the answers of each of the. We'll not go into the detail. There are some other sessions. I don't know if there are some sessions into that project virtual conference around portfolio prioritization, but it can be a 1 hour or more subject or presentation. What I want to do now is actually showing you what we've done in terms of benefit capturing. So when I get to a project, so think of it, a project can be either at the early stage as an idea. So if I get into, that one must be into the plan phase, all right? So that one is into the plan phase. So, but think of it, the projects can be from the very beginning, from the idea to the very end, which is after the delivery, right? Which is when the benefit has been realized fully. So in my example here, this one is in planning phase. It doesn't, it's not really linked to what I will show you later, but just want to remind you that this is from the very beginning to the very end. So when I get to my project details page, it can be another page, but what we've chosen to do in that demo environment is to have some tabs. So I have my basic information of my project, I have a project status tab, and I have a benefits tab here. And that benefits tab is actually showing me the benefits which are related to that single project. And the benefits which are related to that single project also have some states. They are, in understanding stage, or they are in managing and reporting stage, which means that we are currently realizing those benefits. Okay. It's not linked to the status of the project because I wanted to show you the overall functionality, so I didn't want to show you only some planning phase benefits, but the idea here is that behind the scene we have a SharePoint list, and that SharePoint list, if we click on one of the elements here, is showing the benefit profile, right? So it's a SharePoint form, normal SharePoint form. It can be adapted if need be into a nice info path form. But here it's a really simple SharePoint form where we are capturing the title, we are capturing the baseline, we are capturing the target value, which category it is, some priority, likelihood of failure risk. So you may recognize some of the information which were tracked a bit, which I did show a bit earlier into my benefits profile page, right? And one really important one from my perspective is that, again, sorry to repeat this, is that strategic alignment. And the strategic alignment, so that benefit, which is called internal data sharing system, is actually nothing related with the market share in existing market, but you have a nice example here of strategic alignment, of a link, a benefit which is linked to a strategic alignment. Also linked to the project, obviously, right? And a really important thing is that last review. Obviously, using Microsoft SharePoint, you have that versioning capability, which is good. But if you want to report, you may want to track manually that last review. The idea is you can edit a benefit profile pretty often, but the actual review is a date which is which you want to track manually. And that review is really important because this is where you may want to change the target value, or you may want to change the likelihood of failure, you may want to change the risk. So all along the project, you will want to keep tracking your benefits. And that's why we have that last review here, to be sure that the benefits are tracked and and the value are tracked. So you can see here, I have baseline value, target value, actual value. In another organization that we worked with, they've been tracking more heavily on a year by year basis. And what we've done, and I had no time to implement that into that environment, is having a separate content type which is showing which is drilling down essentially into the year. right? So you have a yearly one, you have a global one, and you have another content type which enable the drilling down into a subsequent, more granular benefit management, value tracking. So that's a benefit profile. When we do that benefit profile, and as I said earlier, we can then link the benefit to a deliverable. And why we want to do this is to know when the benefit is supposed to be kicking off or starting to be realized, at least. So when we do this, you can add related item, right? So when you do add related item, it's going to start a new window, which is a pretty ugly SharePoint window. But the interesting thing is that you can get into the project side, the related project side, and say, I want that benefit to be linked to my analysis complete deliverable. And now we have a link that we can use into the reports. I haven't done it, unfortunately, for that demo, but there is that link in the background where we can say, show me the related items. And when you show me those related items, show me the finish date of that deliverable, which is stored into a SharePoint list as well. Okay, so that's at a project level. Now, if I take a more higher view, I can get that same list. So this is, there is a reason why it's here and not in the project side. It's to be able to have a global or centralized list. So that centralized list, is there, benefit register. And if I click on this, I have the same view, but it is showing me the view for all projects. And that's a portfolio view that can be useful for portfolio managers. So you can see here I have all the projects. I can, SharePoint functionality, I can group by state, I can group by strategic drivers to see how many benefits are actually answering to which strategic drivers. So customer satisfaction, 4 benefits, and then I can see the value, the value which I'm supposed to get back out of that customer satisfaction, or out of all the benefits of the customer for the customer satisfaction strategic alignment. So we have as I said, we have the baseline, which is what we think during the business case. And while you are actually revising the project or revising the benefits, you will then have a new targeted value, which can be less or which can be more. Not the case here, but I think I have one with a better, here you go. So benefit 9, really friendly name, has a targeted value of 17,000, whereas the baseline was 10,000. And crazy enough, we've realized more. We've realized 20,000. So there has been a management here, because that targeted value should be kind of aligned to the actual. But anyways, that is a pretty good example for a lessons learned, to understand what happened, why we underestimated it, and how can we better estimate in the future. I see that time is running. So what I'll do for now is just jump back quickly onto my slide deck, just to show you two reports. So reporting on Power BI. So just a few examples of reports that can be generated out of all this data. I will not show you all of that today, but so benefits management report are including investment logic map, initiative logic map, benefits dependency network, which is something I will show you, benefits profile, benefits financial, where you have a whole map of the financial of the benefits, risk and issue map also with the dependencies. What are the resource constraints to get to those benefits? Because obviously, in Project Server or in Microsoft or in any project, you have resources assigned to tasks. If you have an issue with a resource, obviously it will impact also the benefit. realization, and some benefit governance report as well, showing which one are on track, off track, and this is a bit what I will be showing to you today. So getting back to Power BI, and again, not the picture of my son, is here. Oh, actually, I've published that, which is a bit better. Yeah. Right. So in here, I have benefits management report. This is a sample, right? This is just something I've developed for the purpose of that presentation today. But what you can see here is a view of the information which is coming out of the benefits list. Actually, I wanted to refresh. So let me show you why it's refreshing. So can refresh your data. Thank you. Okay, let me go back to it. Never mind. So this is a really high-level portfolio view of all the benefits, and you can see here the current realization of the benefit. You have the target value, the baseline value. You have the current realization, the risk, the portfolio risk of the overall benefits. Which program is supposed to realize benefit, what is the alignment of each of the benefits. Okay, so you can read. I mean, what I love about Power BI is that if you want to focus on that strategic alignment, you can just click on it, and the overall will refresh and will tell you, all right, that market share in existing market is actually we had a baseline of 9.8, and we have realized 10K. So we have realized a bit more than we wanted to. We have a low risk for the benefits which are in this strategic alignment. On the bottom here, you have the state to know how many benefits you currently have in the planning, in the understanding, or in the managing and reporting phase, which should be aligned to your benefits management framework. And an overview of your value tracking, if you're tracking against less or better than your baseline. And here by project, showing the benefits tracking, showing you if your target is less or more than your baseline. It's just a forward-looking vision. Then what we can do is actually drill down into, let me take customer satisfaction and right-click on it and breathe through to the benefits matrix. So the benefit matrix is showing you a view here of it's showing you the likelihood of failure and the priority of it. So you may want to focus on the ones which are here, and which Power BI is enabling is a nice pop-up which is giving you the benefit profile directly from here. And you can see which project it is, the target value, the actual value, the owner, so you can directly contact the owner. And no, there is no directory here, and so the benefits profile is also a tile here. Obviously, you can also directly in such reports directly filter by strategic alignment or which project you want to focus on, and you will see which are the benefits which are currently for that project. The other quick one I wanted to show you before I hand over to the Q&A is a dependency map. So that dependency mapping here using Sankey visual is something really which I like. It's using a custom field actually where we are recording which one is the predecessor, which one is successor, because we have trouble gathering the deliverable information, deliverable dependency information in Project Online. But it's showing you, for example, if you want to deliver that commission telecommunication links, that you will need to get that commission data center facility delivered first, and also the server installation first. And the dependency of this one, the deliverable will be a dependency of that installed network, right? So, and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to show you the power, because I love Power BI, and I just wanted to show you a little bit of Power BI as well, to track benefits, but also to track the dependencies between projects, and eventually putting all that together, which I had no time to do here, but eventually put all that together so that you see if you have a benefit which is, a deliverable which is getting late, you'll be able then to highlight or to make sure that the benefits are aligned to these new dates or these new deliverable dates. With that, I will hand over to the questions, if you have any. And I will hand over to you, moderator. I don't remember your first name, sorry.
That's all right, Jeremy. I don't see any questions by the attendees yet. Attendees, please post your questions on the chat when you have a moment. We'll give it a minute for the attendees to see.
That sounds good.
Okay, looks like we don't have any questions from the attendees.
It was clear, like clear water, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was great information sharing, and I'm sure they've enjoyed this session. Since it's almost end of the hour, I'm gonna end the meeting. Thank you, Jeremy.
That sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and
thanks everyone for watching that and for being there. Bye.
Bye-bye.